We're hearing about AI all the time, right? But honestly, let's just cut through all that hype. Today, we're going to focus on something way more useful, practical AI. We'll dive into how it's not some flashy gimmick, but a real tool that solves actual operational problems and, well, actually saves you time.
This quote, it just nails it. Most businesses, they don't want more complexity. They just want solutions to their everyday headaches. So let's take a look at this huge gap between what AI promises and what businesses really need.
And that leads us right into the first big problem, trying to navigate the massive difference between all the AI hype we see everywhere and the practical reality of what a business needs just to run smoothly day to day.
Yeah, on one side, you've got the hype, those floating chatbot widgets on websites and this idea of doing AI for AI's sake. But look at the other side. This is what businesses actually want. Less repetitive work, getting things done faster, and making fewer mistakes. See, the goal isn't just to have AI, it's to solve these real fundamental problems.
Okay, so if we're tuning out all that noise, what should we be listening to instead? Well, this is where the whole idea of practical AI comes into play. So, what is it exactly?
So, practical AI isn't some generic thing you just buy off a shelf. It's all about building custom tools that actually understand your business. It takes your specific data and your rules, feeds them to a powerful large language model, that's the engine doing all the thinking, and what you get back is something genuinely useful, something structured, like a clean report or a perfectly drafted email.
And you know what? The way it works is actually pretty simple when you break it down. It all starts with your real business data as the input. I'm talking documents, support tickets, you name it. Then, the system applies your specific rules and gives it the right context. From there, the big language model does all the heavy lifting, and what comes out on the other side is a structured, totally usable output. It's a clear, repeatable process that takes you from chaos to clarity.
And that really gets to the heart of it, right? We are not talking about some flashy little add-on for your website. This is about weaving AI into the fabric of your real systems, your internal dashboards, your operational workflows, to genuinely make them work better.
All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get to the how. Let's look at 4 core AI solutions that businesses are actually putting to work right now.
First up, the knowledge-based chatbot. Think about it. Every single company has information scattered across tons of manuals, policies, and old PDFs. Instead of making your team hunt for it for hours, this tool lets them just ask a simple question and get a direct answer, with sources cited. For a lot of teams, this is a real, why didn't we do this years ago moment. Second, customer support automation. Gosh, support teams spend so much time just trying to untangle long email chains or writing the same reply over and over and over. This solution automates the boring parts, like summarizing a ticket history or drafting a standard response. And this is the crucial part, it keeps you human in the driver's seat to approve and send the final message. It's all about assistance, not replacement. Now this third one, it is a huge deal for any team that does a lot of paperwork. Document and report generation. If your team is constantly creating reports, proposals, or meeting minutes, this is an absolute game changer. AI can take your raw notes or data from a spreadsheet and automatically spit out a consistent, professionally branded document that's ready to go. And finally, we have the most advanced application, workflow agents. This is where AI stops being just a talker and actually becomes a doer. These agents can handle tasks with multiple steps, like collecting data from a form, checking it against a database, drafting an output, and even executing an action.
So, what's the end result of all this? The outcomes are super clear and tangible. You get faster, cleaner workflows, way more consistent outputs, and a massive drop in all that repetitive manual work that just slows everyone down. And it's all done through a secure, practical integration.
Those solutions sound pretty powerful, but how do they actually work under the hood? Let's take a quick peek behind the curtain at the tech that makes it all happen. The big idea here is flexibility. Instead of getting locked into just one provider, these systems can use the best model for whatever job you need, whether it's from OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google. And for businesses with really strict data needs, you can even use self-hosted models for total control. The goal is always to plug AI into what you're already doing, not force you to rebuild everything from scratch. And of course, that touches on a point that is absolutely non-negotiable: privacy. When you're dealing with sensitive business data, security has to be priority number 1. And that's why a practical approach always puts confidentiality and trust above everything else.
All right, so as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with a completely different way to think about bringing AI into your own work.
And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. The question isn't, can we use AI anymore? Of course we can. The real question, the better question, is where will AI save us time without completely breaking our workflow? Finding those spots, the friction points, the repetitive tasks, and applying AI right there, well, that's the whole secret to this practical approach.